Okay, that's really nice. Got the vibes. Okay. Ooh. Hey, y'all seen the video I posted today? About to go live right here on this platform too. Let's get it like that. What's up, fam? We about to be learning the mental landscape. So I posted a video on programming earlier, so I want to bring some feedback and some vibes on that so we can have some clarity. Learning the mental landscape. Hey, I'm on the internet, bitch. What's up? What's up, Mike? What's up, K Mike? What's up, Barthrider? What's up? Peace to everybody. Super excited. Oh, let me sit this. Super excited, y'all. I've been basically posting more videos. Super excited. I want to talk to y'all about the mental landscape. Now, I'm gonna use a couple different analogies. I could open some books to tell y'all, but I want to make it very basic and very easily interpretable and give people some inspiration to utilize in their focus and their conscious thoughts so they can actually amplify their energy and create what they want. You dig what I'm saying? Super excited. I ain't here to talk no news today. I'm the news today. Yeah. What's good, Ryan? What's up? All right, what's up, Creature? Tres Bien. What's up? All right, bet. So we got a couple families in the house. What's up with y'all? Hope everybody's doing well, feeling good, and shining that good shine. Yes. Super excited to be alive. Super excited. Hey, so boom, learning the mental landscape, right? Posted a video earlier illustrating the concept of programming and how programs are, they pretty much the function of the entire universe. Everything run on programs, except that a lot of times people find themselves deviating from the natural code that's within their heart, within their soul, and they start listening to folks because, you know what I'm saying, it's like to get programmed. So I want to talk about programming, talk about my programming, talk about the different things I've done, of course, over the time to like have myself in this mental state of awareness now, because it's taking some time, you know, ain't nothing happening in a snap. But if y'all have any questions or any comments, y'all definitely drop them in there, because I'm paying attention today, and I just want to have a dope little exchange. You feel me? So, yeah. When it comes to programming, right, we have to understand that the way in which the universe works is through information. So as long as your eyes are open, as long as your ears are open, you're going to be receiving something, because the nature of the universe is feminine, this polarity. What does that mean? That means that the nature of the universe is more so in the context of receiving as a general way of operation. Everybody's ready to receive something, all right? What do you do with food? You eat it. Your body receives it through the mouth. What you do with sound? You hear it. It's coming through the ears. We always receiving something, always like this. So pretty much when we walk out into the world, we like this. Talk to me, world. You know, that's how our shit is set up. Our eyes is open. Talk to me. Give me what, you know what I'm saying? I'm absorbing. Ears always open. Okay, what am I hearing? What y'all telling me? Right? But that's just understanding that the world works in a feminine polarity as a foundation. This is the reason why feminine is rising now, because that's the natural flow of the universe. It's feminine polarity based, right? So if we know that we are always listening, receiving, seeing, reading, and taking information, we have to understand what happens when the information has been intaken, or has it been taken in now, because this actually causes for the person to exemplify what they take in, because the outside is developed by the inside. All right, so everybody's pulling up right now. We talking about learning the mental landscape, all right, and understanding the flow in which information comes into our mind through our eyes, through our ears. You understand? And how that information now takes place within our being, because we have to come to the awareness that we are being programmed every day, and if we're not programming ourselves, we are actually just being programmed for someone else. So we have to always understand the flow in which this energy moves, all right? So I'm breaking down a couple different illustrations so that we can actually just see the picture and know what it is for real. Peace to I am Nicole. Peace. Miss Centauria Diamond. Okay, shine like that. Okay. What's up, Vince? Vincent. Peace, Vincent. All right, so we're talking about the mental landscape and understanding how our mind works with the context of thoughts. All right. Now I'm just going to break this down and make it super simple, not for the simplicity's sake, but for the integration's sake, so people can have just a better mode of like experiencing as they go after this. You dig what I'm saying? Okay, so we got some vibes coming in. I'm not sure how to pronounce that first name, Huxley, The Doors of Perception. I'm gonna go ahead and just grab. Hold up. Okay, my fault, family. I was trying to get a screenshot because that's a dope insight right there, creature. I'm gonna tap into that. The Doors of Perception. I'm gonna tap into that. So yeah, when we start to understand how our being works in the context of thoughts, it makes life a lot easier, especially when we start engaging and start to see our own behavior. Because the reason why I posted that video earlier on programming is not to put myself out there, but to more so put my old self out there. Let people know I grow too. Let people know that I have challenges and things that I needed to overcome within myself too. Or let people know that you might be doing things that you've been doing because you've been doing them. I was there. You dig what I'm saying? And we just want to actually become more aware of how our body correlates with what we hear, what we see, so that we can start controlling the way we behave. Because if you don't control the way that you behave, somebody's about ready to control the way you behave. They ready already to control the way you behave. So let's go into this first illustration, and let's just jump right into it. So basically, if we understand that we're always intaking information because our eyes are open, our ears are open, we're literally in a receptive mode when it comes to the 5 physical senses, because we have to taste something to know it. You have to actually perceive a scent in order to know it, because we're receiving all the time. We got to actually understand what happens when we do take in this information. All right, now I said that 1,000 times. Let's get into it. All right, so boom. So what happens is when we hear something, right, we normally just think about our ears and say, that didn't sound good. You're not supposed to talk to people like that. You understand? Like, we filter based on what we hear. Outside of that, we take in what we hear. And what we take in actually goes into our cells. In context, it goes into our subconscious brain. Now, subconscious brain is basically a hard drive that collects and filters data that we accept from all the senses. Now, I don't want to get too technical, but y'all know what a flash drive looks like, right? A flash drive is something that holds data, right? And you connect that to what? Computer. Then the computer has access to the data. Y'all have access to the data right now via the ears. So this is kind of like y'all just tapped into a USB drive, kind of, because this live is kind of like a USB drive. You're taking in what I'm sharing with you. You see what I'm saying? So what are you going to do with that information? And that's the same question you want to ask yourself when you take some information from the news. What am I going to do with this information? You take some information from a person who's under the influence of the news. What do I do with this information? It's fear-based. This person is worried. This person is not expecting nothing positive happening because they've been listening to the news all day. So what do I do with that information? Is start to become aware of how to filter and understand the influence that other people are under when they say certain things. So I'm teaching us right now how to stand at the door to ears. You want to stand at this door because these are doors. And you want to stand at the door and think about, what am I going to be doing with this information once I finish? Or while I'm here, I've heard 3 minutes of this. What am I going to be doing with this? If nothing comes up, you might not want to be listening that long, because a lot of times now we talk about so much and we don't use the information to do anything. So many conversations. Oh, we found some shit in the sky. Oh, y'all seen that yesterday, last night? There's a lot of stuff. But what are you doing with that? That's actually transforming and molding a new experience for you. Because that's the question I ask myself. I pull up on somebody's live, I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with this knowledge? If I can't do nothing with the knowledge, I really don't need it. Because knowledge to have sound like hoarding to me. And I used to hoard information. I don't hoard information now because I like to be light. You dig what I'm saying? So, we want to start understanding how our subconscious mind integrates things that we hear. And this is why the Bible actually speaks directly to this and say faith comes from hearing. Because faith is a positive expectation. It comes from hearing something good. Now, if you hear something bad, you also get something from that too. So, understanding that the subconscious mind really just accepts everything. It's just open arms, basically. So we keep talking, we keep sharing, we share information, we share light, and we put that into our subconscious mind as individuals, although we're collective, so that we can use that energy, use that information to transform our personal experience as a collective. Everybody's personal experience needs to be changing in context to the evolution or context to the ascension, right? So when we start to learn that we are programmed by the things that we hear and are programmed by the things that we see, we start to filter the things that we see and the things that we hear. Why? Because we don't want to exemplify certain character traits or behaviors because those programs don't align with our highest being or our highest growth or our highest acceptance of self. So, for example, worry. Like, what you worried about? I mean, you can find a lot of things if you want to be worried, because that's a choice. I'm not going to take that from you. But if you want to be joyful too, there's a lot of ways to do that. And you just have to make that choice. So now in this conversation, I want to talk more about knowing that we are building our minds based on what we see and what we hear. What are we putting into our mind intentionally? What are we intentionally putting into our ears, intentionally putting in front of us, that's going to allow us to become the next version that we see in our forward thinking? Now, I don't want to go too far now, because, you know what I'm saying, I could just break this shit down right now. But I want to, okay, let me just say what's up to y'all way back real quick. But yeah, so the entire process of living is working with your mind. It is. Praying to God, working with your mind. God can never be separate from you. How could God be separate from you? You created from the Creator. How are you going to be separate? Well, I can tell you how. If you accept the idea that you're separate, now you got to get closer, because there's some distance there, because you done accepted some distance. Now, this is what they do to us at first. So it's not. I'm not mad at nobody for nothing. I could choose that. I choose to be grateful and uplifting. So I want people to recognize that as you start to do this work, you're going to find a light within you. You're going to find encouragement from within you. You're going to find strength from within you. You're going to find clarity from within you. And I didn't put it there. Or maybe I did, but not me. Maybe the I am did, because I am is God, and the clarity of self is all of us. So you'll definitely find a light inside of you. It'd be weird if you found it anywhere else, because you are one with God. And one with God allows us to understand one with our mind, one with our subconscious, and one with our interpretation of this life experience. So I want us to actually come to a place where we actually intentionally put good ingredients into the mind. Now I'll use another illustration to get us to the next stage, all right? So imagine the mind to be like a factory, right? And let's say your factory, you bring stuff in and you also export stuff out, right? Kind of like a nation. You know, a nation, they be like, oh, we out of rice, y'all. Well, shit, we got to buy some rice from Cuba because they got hella rice. So we about to buy some of this. We about to import it over here so that we can send it out and get it to everybody. You understand? So as an individual, what are you importing into your being? As an individual, what are you taking in? As an individual, what are the things that you allow yourself to accept into your eyes, into the portals? What are those things? If you accept a lot of conspiracy theory conversation, now ain't no shade to the conspiracy theory conversation, because more so than not, the conspiracies be facts. You understand? But how much of that are you taking in, and what are you doing to put that out? Because if you don't put nothing out, you walk around with this stuff. A lot of us be walking around carrying bricks of loads of shit. Like, we just have our childhood experiences, mother, father, this, that, sister, brother, uncle, girlfriend, boyfriend, everybody. And then we got some, you know, conspiracies too. Just walking around with this shit. But you want to be light, because light is allowing you to actually feel the good vibes. And if you have too many heavy vibes, it's harder to feel the good ones. That's why I teach a lot about forgiveness and teach a lot about clearing the emotions and knowing how to do that, because ignoring the emotions is kind of like ignoring rotten tomatoes in the cabinet. One day, you're going to know that some shit needs to move, because either it's going to smell, either you're going to have rats, roaches, and fleas and all these flies and stuff. You're going to have worms and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's like emotions. You can't have some emotions just sitting somewhere like it's just going to take care of itself. It don't take care of itself. It don't. So this is more about understanding the mental landscape, because the mental landscape includes our thoughts, our mood, our emotions. Well, and mood and emotions kind of like the same. But y'all understand what I'm saying, though. You dig what I'm saying? Like, when you start to understand the mental landscape of your own mind, you start to say, oh, I know why I'm afraid of starting a business. My mother afraid to start a business. Oh, I know why I'm afraid to do this. Oh, this person afraid. That's why I got that program. Okay. Then you start doing the work. Just like, okay, now I know what's in here now, because I learned from these folks. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, okay, well, I know who I learned from. Now I know what I want now, and I can't use this knowledge because this knowledge don't take me where I'm going. So I have to import new knowledge. That's why they say faith come from hearing. Why? Because if I say I'm not able to start a business because my friends and my family members ain't start no business, then I'm not gonna start no business because it's gonna be exactly what I said it is. You understand? So if I want to actually change that, I have to see and hear stories that actually hear and see stories that actually remind me that I'm able to start a business, that I'm able to make a change in the world, that I'm able to add my energy to the world. You understand? But that comes from hearing. That's why the Bible says faith comes from hearing, because the opportunity for you to like picture something comes from the belief that it's possible. Now, you can make yourself know it's possible. I teach people how to set their own affirmations and create their own beliefs. But if you just need to hear from somebody else, that's cool too. Like, I might need to look at a brother like, oh shit, he just running this shit up right now. Oh, I can run this shit up too. Straight up. Ain't nothing else about it. What's up, Cartier? What's good, bro? You know what I'm saying? That's why the Bible say faith comes from hearing. So I like to bring all this shit together so somebody could drink and be like, oh wow, that's a delicious ass. Yeah, I like that. They should have told me that, but it's good because I know now. Super excited. So yeah, when you start understanding that, it just becomes more responsible. Like, you have to be responsible for your own mental factory. What are you producing? What are you producing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you producing? It's not about producing for the context of like business and selling and things like this. You're producing anyway. Like, your mind is not something that can stop. Now, you can quiet the mind, but you cannot stop the mind. Like, pause. You know what I'm saying? Thoughts just keep coming, but what are you producing? You dig what I'm saying? Like, what are you producing? Some people produce fear. They don't want to, but they do. I mean, if they knew that they didn't want to and they knew that they were doing that, that's all they need to know to change what they're doing. To start thinking positive thoughts. Because what really is happening is when you start to understand the mental landscape and you start controlling the thoughts that are running on a regular basis, you actually start to transform what comes to you in the reality. Like, what is on the way to you is based on what you're thinking about all the time. So that's why there's a good saying somewhere that goes like, a man becomes what he thinks all day long. You understand? Because when we talk about law of attraction, I really want y'all to conceptualize magnets. And if you attracting something, it's going to be what you are, because the law of attraction reveals to us, or even in Christian observation, they talk about belief. Belief and the law of attraction is the same thing. You're going to get what you focus on mentally, even if your mind is not focused on it presently. So that more so speaks to your vibration. What do you believe? What does your heart say on repeat? Because if you learn from your mom, your mother, or your auntie, that you got to be careful out here, because it's hard to survive out here, and you accept that, your experience going to tell you it's hard. That's exactly what it's going to be like. But I'm like, okay, well, if my auntie says it's hard to live, it's hard to make money, it's hard to survive, it's hard to thrive, then why are all these other folks thriving? You know what I'm saying? What's up? What's up? Why are these other folks thriving? What you mean it's hard? I see folks flying out here. They doing it. What's wrong with it? I don't see nothing wrong with it. So they might not have something in their mental factory that's allowing them to produce the results that you're seeing on the other side. So this is why it's all about the mind. It's not about what people say. It's not about what they're talking about. Fuck what they're talking about. Excuse me, auntie, I gotta say how it is. Because you really want to be the one talking. You have to be the one talking. Like, I created this. I'm so excited about to say that, because like, I knew where I was, and I knew I wasn't liking that shit. I knew I was, and I knew that I was not actually giving them my highest capabilities. I knew I could give more to the world. I knew I could share information that would have people just aligning to themselves. And not for the sake of me, or like, I'm going to charge people. Just nothing. I just want to see people fucking winning, because it reminds me there's opportunity to win, and I just want to walk around with that. So I come on here, you know what I'm saying, drop my game, you know what I'm saying, see the DMs and things, that people are just growing. I'm growing every day. Shit, I'm not even the same person yesterday that I was yesterday. Like, yesterday, I didn't go live yesterday. Yesterday, I listened to my mind about going live, and I didn't actually go live. I'm working on my codes every single day. Like, I'm right here, and my words are right here. So I speak, and I listen to what I said. And I'm just like, oh, well, I'm not going to complain about shit. Because if I'm the one creating my reality, what the fuck am I using these words for? Complaining. Where the words going? Where the complaints going? Ain't going nowhere. Ain't going towards where I'm going. So I got to stop complaining. And I have to start looking for positive aspects and speak to those. Why? Because when you speak towards something, you hear your own self first. This is why they say, well, I don't have to say nobody said it. You could just look at yourself and notice. You got one mouth and two ears. You understand? Like, speak less, listen more. Because you're already going to be listening more, because that's how we were wired to receive in that way. So when I say something positive about somebody else, I'm hearing myself say that. So when people say praying to God, I love when they say praying to God. I just want to actually help that they see this other part. Because when they say praying to God, they think about God like, you know what I'm saying? And God is infinite. God is all eternal. Every molecule, every atom, every electron, every ounce of spirit is God. So, you know, you don't really have to encapsulate God into a cloud somewhere. We really pray to God like this because God lives in every single one of our hearts. And this is the reason why people say, oh, you can't do something bad because God seen you. Well, how God see you? God don't got no eyes. Well, God see through your eyes. That's how you got seen. Because God lived in every single one of us. We are one with God. We cannot be separate from God. We can only take the idea that we're separate. This is how they're able to like finesse folks and things like this. Because once you believe a certain thing, you call it to fruition. You call it to be real. So if you actually believe that you're not loved, you're just going to make yourself feel like you're not. So if you believe that God is far away, you're going to feel like you got to get closer. You understand what I'm saying? It's a mental distance. Like, it's like this. Let's say I want to say something like, one day I'm going to go live and I'm going to tell the world how to understand the mental landscape. One day. Just don't even know when it is. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just somewhere along the way, some time from now, some later. You know what I'm saying? But if I say I'm going live right now to tell the folks in the world how to utilize the mental landscape. Presently, this shit is happening. There's no time frames. This is what it is now. So if I say I'm getting closer to God, it sounds like distance, and this distance is like farther away, but there's no distance. It's just the idea that there's distance. So now you're wrapped up in your mind. You're not really living from your heart because you can't really feel the presence of God. That's just wild. So that's why I want to clean up the mental landscape so we can all know that we are one with the infinite creator. That's the reason why we infinitely create. Now, what you create, and if you might like it, that's great. But if you create and you don't like it, that's okay. Because now that you know you don't like it, now you can make something great. You dig what I'm saying? Because we creating anyway. We creating anyway. Like, when I talk to people about self-improvement and growth, we improving and growing already. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to be younger. Now, you might feel younger, but you're not going to actually be younger in context of, like, times and things. So if you have the opportunity to grow, you might as well grow in the direction you want to grow in versus just growing because I'm going to grow anyways. And I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. I'm like, teach other people how to use their mind so they can gravitate towards the essence of God, which is already inside of them. Literally gravitate towards more being you. Like, nobody can teach you how to do that. Like, nobody can teach you how to be you. Like, if somebody taught you how to be you, they would be teaching you a way of observing yourself from their perspective. Because you know you better than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my mom might know me a little bit better. I was 18. Oh, you're going to know you more than anybody at the end of this. You understand? So, if you are able to embody the love, embody the presence, and walk around with it, you probably the closest to God people can get to until they realize that God's already inside of them. So I don't really be mad at folks when they don't understand this stuff because it takes some effort a little bit. Like, you have to really want to question something. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know I've been running on y'all. I want to see what y'all talking about. Damn. This right here, Mango Berry Blast. I made this morning. Super excited. This shit delicious. But boom. So when we start understanding the mental landscape, we start to understand the thoughts that come into our mind via sound, things we watch and listen to. And this is the reason why news, media, and television networks, they try so hard to get people's attention. So we're going to go into this concept right here, the seed concept. Because I know a lot of people, like myself, was raised in a Christian foundation. Now, I like to use what they're talking about because the pictures are already there. I just grab the pictures, tell y'all in my own way because the pictures is what it is. Now, I want people to actually know the word and know they are the living word, not just hope and wait and wish and wonder and wait on somebody. I don't have time for that. I want to tell y'all right now so y'all know exactly. So, when it comes to the seed, right, we have to come to the awareness that there's a polarity in this universe, and polarity means two poles. So there's two sides of every coin. There's left and right. There's right and wrong. There's this duality going on. This is what duality is. And we are actually living in a duality ourselves, because my essence, is never seen. You just see the shadow part of me, which is my body. You understand? So there's a duality in all of the things. So when we understand the duality in the mental landscape, it actually looks like the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. Now that might sound like a lot for some folks. I'm gonna break it down real crystal clear for us. Just imagine a pen and a piece of paper. This is the reason why they say, they try to like downplay other people who cannot illustrate, or what's the word? They try to downplay people who are illiterate, because when we're able to understand the science of the mind, that's the reason why we write and we learn and we use symbols and words, because you're able to input and output data from the mind by, like writing. So like this right here, this little post-it, perfect color, by the way, this post-it note, right? This is literally the subconscious mind, like in a context. And the reason why I say that is because the subconscious mind can intake anything, can accept anything. You can write anything on your mind in the context that you can put any thought into your mind. And when you understand that, then you just decide, why am I letting people write all over my shit? Like, why am I thinking about all these things that is important to all these other people? You know what I'm saying? What do I desire for myself? What do I want to see in my own reality? So I write it on myself. I program myself. Because if I don't do it, somebody else going to do it. And if somebody else do it, they're going to program me how they want me to be. But if I want me to be a certain way, then I have to program me. So that's what I do. So the pen is illustrating the thought, or the conscious aspect of thought, because we know that we're dealing with subconscious and conscious. Now, I'm not going to use those words that much, because I want to make sure that this is a really easily digestible conversation. That's what I want. So when we understand that balance, or that duality, which is the space and what fills the space, you understand? This is the reason why women, which are feminine in polarity, they can walk into a house, a box. You know what I'm saying? They can walk into a house, a box, see the kitchen over there, see this over there, see this over there, and bring it into a home experience, because they're actually more attuned in that way of understanding and feeling the space. You dig what I'm saying? This is the reason why our job as the masculine polarity individuals on the planet Earth is to make them feel safe, because they feel space more, and we normally think more so task-oriented things, like logical, this has to be moved, we got to put that over there, things like that. We got to lift all of this. You dig what I'm saying? So I want us to have a clarity over the mental landscape and just how it works for our own personal self. So then when you go inside your mind in the context to meditation, or in the context to journaling, and you start to, let's say, release some emotions from a story that you have, like, oh, I remember when I was XYZ years old and this and that. When you go inside your mind, you start to recognize, oh, well, I'm reading from my paper right now. I'm reading from my heart. Like, my heart literally is written on by all these experiences. And then now it's like, okay, well, now that I've learned those lessons, what do I want to actually write on my heart that's going to be good for me? Like, what do I want to write on my heart that is going to help me be who I am in this world now? Not tomorrow, not later, not soon, right now. Now, it don't happen right now, but it starts right now, because I'm going to explain why. So how I used this pad and this piece of paper to illustrate the subconscious mind, because it has ability to receive information, and the pen, which is illustrating information, is placing information, it is inscribing information. These two things are very symbolic and similar to soil, like going outside to the grass, and a seed. Why is that? It's because when you plant a seed in the soil, over time, it grows and it becomes a plant. It's the same exact way our mind works. When you actually inscribe into yourself a particular thought, and you nurture the thought, meaning that you allow it to be there, you keep re-inciting that same thought, what happens is the thought joins the mental soil, and then from that seed grows the manifestation of the first initial thought. So what I'm explaining for everybody who's joining right now, what's good, bro? Touchdown. What's up, bro? What's up? So what I'm explaining right now for everybody joining the live, right? What's up, Blessed Street Gardens? I see you in here. What's up, sis? So what I'm explaining, right, is basically understand the mental landscape, and I'm putting in a couple different pictures so we have a deep clarity. We don't have to run around with all these big words, subconscious, superconscious, and all these things. I just want to make it this regular talk. So what I basically illustrating is like, this pad is a subconscious mind in a context, and this pen is a conscious mind in a context. Why? Because the conscious mind inscribes on the subconscious. So when you hear certain things or when you watch a video, you're actually writing on your thing. You're writing on your mind when you watch a video. You're writing on your mind when you hear something. You know what I'm saying? When you hear, you're writing on your heart, really. So when you start to write your own things, then it's like, I remember I put that there. Man, I put that there 2 days ago. Now it's a little bit, oh shit, that was last week. Now it's a little, damn, I set this shit, I spoke this shit into existence last month. This shit on fire. You know what I'm saying? So that seed imagery allows us to actually know that it's our responsibility to nurture the things that we're becoming, to nurture the future versions of ourselves as we've planted them in ourselves. It's like, we gardeners. Like, real talk. Like, I'm not even trying to be fucking cool about this shit. We're gardeners of our own thinking, and you become what you think about all day long. This is the reason why we focus on goals. This is the reason why we talk about manifestation. The reason why we talk about understanding our mental patterns. Because, like I spoke earlier, the subconscious mind, there's a lot of things already written on here. There's a lot of things on here. Like, unfortunately, there's a lot. And what happens is, if you don't do nothing different, you're going to get what you've been getting. Because this is the magnet. So if I put on here prosperity, let's look like this. Hold up. We about to do this together. Y'all want some prosperity? Y'all want prosperity too? I'm going to do this with y'all if y'all want to do this with me. Hold up. Y'all want prosperity? Okay. So I'm going to write that. All right. Okay, there you go. Prosperity. All right, boom. Prosperity. Y'all can see that? Hey, don't say nothing about my handwriting, auntie. Ain't none of your business. Y'all want some prosperity? Okay, cool. So if we say that today we are sowing a seed of prosperity into our beings, what would that look like? Because everybody talk to God different. That's the reason why they say talk to God, because your infinite subconscious mind is the infinite eternal one, and we are one with God all the time, never been separate. Just had to accept the reason to be separate because someone else thought that they were separate. So they taught us separation because they were separated. You dig what I'm saying? You can only give what you got. That's why I'm giving y'all the goods. You dig what I'm saying? So we got prosperity coming into our subconscious mind, and we're super excited about this. Why? Because prosperity just don't mean money. That's like the last piece of it. Prosperity means you prosper in everything that you do and all the ways in which you be. Prosperity means that everywhere that you go, you're treated with royalty and reverence and respect because you actually deserve that value from other people. Prosperity means you're extremely valuable in the world. Prosperity ain't just about money. That's the tail end. That's the last piece. Prosperity means you walk around with joy and abundance and gratitude because you're an infinite flow of God. That's why. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be our responsibility now to make sure that we tend to this. So back in them church days, you know what I'm saying, it'd be like we just pray consistently because that is the same thing. You plant the seed over and over. You understand? This is the reason why we use affirmations. This is the reason why we have symbology. This is the reason why we make our own magic. Because we remind ourselves, we speak to our own subconscious mind. Now, I won't go too much into like the magics and the different, you know what I'm saying, different sparkles and things. Because I want to just talk the regular, basic way. And then we could like see what our parents was trying to teach us. We could see like what our aunties and things was trying to show us by, you know, giving us the information they received. How do they best understand it? How can we actually improve that understanding to help them actually have a better, clear experience? Well, not to go over there and try and make them have a better experience. But they're going to see us living good. They're going to be like, what y'all doing, man? You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, we got this prosperity. And we're going to put this on the subconscious mind just like this. Now, I'm not going to put it on my face, but I'll put it somewhere. Hold up. We got this prosperity. This is what I'm doing. Now, I walk around all day. I'm going to keep reminding myself of what I've decided my intention is. And this is how we work it. So whatever your intention is, you write it on the tablet of your heart. You write it inside. You can write it on a piece of paper. And you can just claim it. And let me tell you how it comes, too. Because a lot of people think when you talk about meditation and manifestation and things, we want microwave shit. I want to manifest it. Pow! Right there on the kitchen table or something like this. But the way it really works is you do get what you ask for immediately. It's so immediate that I don't know how to explain it. Except this is how it comes. It comes like a message, a mental message. Now, if I to tell you that you got a mental message, how's it gonna come? You're gonna get a vibration on your phone. You're gonna get like a cell phone call. Somebody gonna call you up and be like, hey, you got a message. Got a message from the Lord. It don't work like that. Well, how it really works is when you call for something, you are able to vastly picture it in your mental space. So if I say, this house is too small for me and my family, and I claim a new house. I claim a new living experience. What happens is I start to see it immediately. Yeah, it'd be nice if we're not all sleeping on top of each other. Shit, it'd be nice if we had 3 beds instead of 1 bed. Shit, it'd be nice if we didn't have to all shower in the same bathroom. Because y'all don't clean, y'all don't flush the toilet. You know what I'm saying? So I need 2 bathrooms, I need 3 bedrooms, I need 3 beds. This is how the mind works. So then when you start creating it, it's created already. This is the reason why they say ask, believe, and you shall receive. Because once you believe, it means that you've placed your belief into what you've already mentally pictured. So now it's coming. You know what I'm saying? Like Amazon, that shit's on the way. Woo! Hey, that's how I created this place. Shit, I'll walk y'all through that step by step. But like, that's really how it works. Like, once you create it and you hold focus on it, you attach emotion to it. That's the magnets. It's on the way. It's on the way. It's on the way. It's on the way. And what you got to do now is you have to allow yourself to feel like it's on the way. Now, if you start looking around, it's not on the way, bitch, because I'm still here. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Because now the mind is starting to listen again. See what I'm saying? The mind's starting to take in more information. Oh, I'm still in my same place. I wanted to get a new house. Why are we still here? It's because there's a little bit of lag time in between what you ask for and how soon it comes. But that time's being able to be sped up based on how much you plug your emotions to it. So the reason why I'm explaining this part about the mental landscape is because I want people to have the clarity about when they sow a seed into their own mind, when they claim something in the realms of the heavenly realms or the mental realm, when they claim something up there. I'm tired of experiencing this. I want to have this. I would like to see that. I want us to be like this. Whichever way is rocking. You just had to have it in the mental picture. That's why I created a YouTube video called, what's that thing called? Positive mental imagery. Because people need to recognize how powerful their mind is. Not just from thinking like, oh, I'm powerful. You know what I'm saying? Get on the computer, start clicking the keyboard and shit. It's really about how you picture. Because you don't get what you ask for in life. You get what you picture in life. It comes quickly. It comes really quick. Like, it comes quick. Quick! That shit fast, dude. Like, woo! Oh my goodness. We here already? Shit. Damn, I need to figure out what I want next. Damn, got here already? You know what I'm saying? That's what it feels like. That's really what it feels like for me. Shit, for real. So yeah, when we understand the mental landscape, we start to become more aware of the thoughts that we intake. We start to get more aware of the thoughts that we actually produce. So I could be sitting here by myself and something just come up and be like, my hair don't look good. Now where'd I get that shit from? You know what I'm saying? That's really how you want to work it, because not all your thoughts is yours. And don't be spooked out by that. We absorb from other people. We like sponges. This is the reason why I let us know in the beginning, we are always receiving, because our orifices, or our, what these things called? Our senses are always in receptive mode. Ears, always open. Somebody could scream from down the street. I don't have a choice. I'm gonna hear that shit, because my ears always open. This is the receptive aspect of our being. So we have to start putting things in that we actually want to expect in our being, so that we can start attracting them to us. Attracting them to us. Attracting them to us. You dig what I'm saying? I hope that was crystal clear for y'all, because I don't know anybody else talking this specific about manifesting. This is great. I appreciate that, Blessing Street Gardens. I appreciate that. Hey, so we out here now. And I just wanted to make sure that before I started giving people my true life experience, I needed to work this shit out first. I needed to make sure that I'm manifesting. You know what I'm saying? I need to make sure that I'm not hopeful about this. I have no hope for this shit. Like, I'll be honest with y'all, from the bottom of my soul, I don't have no hope for this. This is what it is. Like, I'm not hopeful about this. I'm not hopeful about writing something on the tablet of my heart and seeing it. Maybe. I'm not hopeful. I'm not. I have no hope for this. I am certain about this. Because I've noticed that people attract to them what they don't want or what they really want. So you're going to create some shit anyways. It's just about how much are you guiding your mind towards the things that you actually say you want. Because if you say you actually want to be in a particular place, but you keep thinking about the place you're at right now, you're not going. Because you're not actually aligning your mind and your emotions to the mental picture. So you're not going. You might say you're going. You might have written that you was going. It might be on all your walls. It might be in all your journals. But if you don't allow yourself to feel like you're going, meaning that you don't allow yourself to be consumed by that picture, you're not going. This is the reason why I think I'm going to make a video about mental conception, because this is what I'm explaining to y'all. Mental conception, conceive. Y'all know what conceive is, right? Everybody got here because they mother. You know what I'm saying? We slid through somewhere because that's how we got here, okay? So to conceive means to impregnate. And we are conceiving from our mind, by impregnating our mind by the thoughts that we want. Prosperity. It's not about money. I got all this information to give y'all. It's not about money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a portion of this life experience that's about money. Can't forget about that part. Shit, the whole world been stolen and we buying ourselves back. You dig what I'm saying? So there's a part of money there. But when it comes to abundance, when it comes to prosperity, those words are not, well, let me put it this way. I would not suggest someone sees those words from a limited view, because those words can actually be so much more than just physical dollar bills. Like what I'm telling y'all right now, I'm not sure if somebody could pay for this. You know what I'm saying? Like how much would you put on the knowledge of the world? Like, you know what I'm saying? We learn this shit in all kinds of ways, in all different types of ways. We learn this in church. We learn this from our mothers. We learn this from our fathers. We learn this from watching people. Like, oh my goodness, I remember when Charlotte, she was making clothes when we was in high school. Oh my gosh, she's a fashion designer now. She's a celebrity fashion designer now. Well, how did that happen? Either you intentionally creating your life, or you allowing your life to be created by default. There's no other ways. Either you intentionally creating your life, or your life being automatically created for you by default. So I want people to understand the mental landscape, so that they can move off the default and start actively creating. Because this is what they've been preparing us to do this whole world life. Except they're not really doing it towards the things that they really want. So we see them, they're like, y'all are sad. Why are y'all sad? Why are y'all choosing that? Because this whole world is about choices. Like, this is what I'm telling y'all. Either you intentionally creating your reality, or you accepting the reality that's being created that everybody else is accepting. There's no other ways. It's just those two ways I found. Now, if there's a third way, let a brother know. Because I really want to know. I got my notes. Trying to tell me something, teach me. I'm trying to figure that shit out. So that's the reason why I started teaching the way I have been started manifesting, and also understanding it from every point of view. Not necessarily like every point of view, but more so like understanding it from metaphysics, primary science, right? And then also understanding it from the stories and the parables in Islam or in Christianity. And then also pairing that with some of the perspectives and the balances, and as far as like mindset is concerned, and from Buddhism, like it's telling the same story, like the same story, different colors, depending on the color of the person looking at the story. You dig what I'm saying? Like that's how people know that it's not right, because you don't see yourself in a lot of colors in a lot of the stories, because they don't have us in a lot of the stories, because they wrote the stories. We have to write our own stories. We just hope that they're gonna write our story one day. Fuck that. Fuck that. I wouldn't even want to read that bitch if they wrote it for me. I wouldn't. So, let me go through a little recap for everybody who's joining live right now, because this has been super exciting. I actually want to add some beats right here so that we can actually digest a little bit of what we just learned, because we just learned a lot. Let me put this one on. Put this one on right here. Hold on. Let's get a little energetic break right here. Yeah. That'd be dope. I'm a student with you out here learning too. Yes. Every day, Blessings Tree Gardens. Every day learning. Oh, what's up, Enchanted Hive? Peace, Queen. All right, let's let this run a little quick, like a minute real quick. Oh, snap. Okay, so we back. All right. What's up, Lou? So over here we're talking about learning the mental landscape and just understanding the patterning that happens with our subconscious mind and our conscious mind. So we went through a couple of illustrations. We talked about understanding the pad, which is kind of like the piece of paper or writing, and this is reflecting the subconscious mind. And we reflected the pen, which is what inscribes on the pad, as our conscious aspect or our conscious thoughts. And we were able to understand that our mind is like soil and our thoughts are like seeds. So basically we become what we plant inside ourselves. And how we're able to become those things is utilizing the process of belief, which is also the law of attraction. And just knowing that once you make this mental conception, once this baby is formed, basically, because if you take it outside of this context of like thoughts and words, and you just talk about sex and family, the pen, you know what I'm saying? The pad, it's pink too. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? So like, we're understanding that life is the process of manifestation. It's that we are actually in life, being born already, trying to remake new things, trying to born new things into reality so that we can actually transform how we live, transform the way other people live, not for them, but with them. You understand what I'm saying? So super exciting. Brown Rose Essentials. Love your energy. What's up, sis? I hope that's a sister over there, because like Brown Rose Essentials, I feel like sister vibes. Maybe we'll figure it out. Super excited though. So like, yeah, when we start to understand that, it's more about intentionally thinking. And this is difficult. It's difficult because intentionally thinking means that you are actually choosing your thoughts. And we're not doing this all the time. We're not. There's a reason why people get triggered, because that's an emotional response. The words back the emotions that you feel. So I teach people a little bit about understanding those triggers and also knowing that the triggers are opportunities for you to reflect and see what story you're responding to. Because if you respond to an old trigger, it means you're in the old story, or the old story got a little bit of grip on you. So to evolve is about understanding those old stories. It's about understanding those behaviors and seeing why they became, because everything is born out of what y'all know, this conception thing. So I could have been having a conversation with someone and they might have disrespected me, and I was like, oh, people that look like this disrespect people. So now I walk around like, oh, no, I'm not going to talk to this folk because they look like that, and I remember I was disrespected last time. Then I just judged them. So we want to get ahead of judgment by understanding our mental program and understanding how we see, so that we can change our vision. You dig what I'm saying? Super excited. This shit is dope. Like, this is probably the best shit in the world. Be honest. Let's be honest. Well, how we creating? I'm just super excited. I want to know what we create next. Super excited. So right here, if y'all can see this, just say prosperity. Say prosperity, because for the duration of this live, we sow in prosperity into our lives. And when I say we sow in prosperity into our lives, it's more about understanding the depth of that word, not necessarily what that word looks like. Because what people think it look like may be just like a Rolls Royce, a good bag, some great dollar signs, and like, physical things. It's not about that when I speak about it right now in this context. It's really about the essence of soul that one is able to tap into. The intellect, you know what I'm saying? You can't buy that. You can't. Where you gonna go buy some intellect? You got some intellect sellers? Shit. I wouldn't have went to school, you know what I'm saying? I would have been like, nah, don't have no intellect sellers. We don't have physical people selling stuff. But if you want to have different types of prosperity, it's about understanding the depths of that word. But let's wrap this up though, because learning the mental landscape, we talked about a lot. Sowing seeds of prosperity. Yes. That's what we're doing. Y'all see this? I'm really serious. Like, I done already told y'all we're there. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to, y'all can talk about visualization in another live and understand how to become more acquainted with that mental picture. Because, this is what I wanted to tell y'all. I know a lot of us have been trained and illustrated knowledge from the Christian background. The reason why Jesus Christ, or Yeshua, was crucified is actually becoming one with your mental possession. Your mental possession means that you have it even before you have it. So this is the reason why I was telling y'all, when we ask for something, we do get it immediately. It comes in a mental picture. But you have to hold the picture and feel about it in order for that to be attracted to you. So it's not about telling people about it. It's not about, I mean, yeah, if you have like some powerful soul family members and they gonna like affirm it with you, that's different. But like, it's really about understanding. Oh man, so much, so much value in there. So basically what I was explaining about when it comes to the context of Yeshua being crucified, it's a lot about the infinite source in physical manifestation. And that's all of us. But we are all journeying to that location in a context. So when we arrive there, we're more so creating a mental picture of what we desire, and we're becoming one with it. It's the same thing I've been talking about this whole time. Just becoming one with the mental conception. So becoming one with the mental picture that you have is about utilizing imagination and becoming one with that you've created in your imaginational space. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to call it, man. It's like the fun room or something like that. Now, if y'all don't have no powers, use like I'm gonna use something in here and I'm just gonna describe it, right? I'm just gonna describe what I have in here, and we're gonna be able to picture it all individually. And this is gonna help you, because now whether you pray, whether you meditate, whether you affirm, I don't know how you talk to the infinite presence. However you do it, you're gonna be a little bit more at the door when it comes to your mental picture. All right, so let's do this. Let's get some vibes for this. I want some vibes for this. Hold up. All right, boom. Let's go here. Ooh, we about to go here. What's good? All right, bet. So let's do this really short meditation. Let's do this really short visualization. All right. So if you want, you can close your eyes. If not, that's cool too. You can actually picture with your eyes open or closed. It's really up to you. So go ahead and take a deep breath and feel your body a little bit. You might be thinking about a lot of things that we spoke on here today. Just bring your awareness to your breath and take a good inhale and allow all that energy to be exchanged, exhaling. Now I'm going to say a few words that's going to guide our mental picture. And you just have fun with whatever image comes to you. And be aware that you can do this on your own. You can do this about your own things that you desire. You can do this about anything that's important to you. You can visualize it in a better place. Just from looking at someone's face and they're not in a happy place, you can visualize them happy. So let's get into this. So the first word of the few words is big. Big. Big red. Big red. It's a checkpoint marker here. Next is big red candle. Big red candle. And the next word is big red candle burning. Big red candle burning. All right, so go ahead and take another deep breath and allow yourself to gently open your eyes. So now it's not tricky. If I ask y'all what y'all saw, it shouldn't be tricky. So at the beginning, I had big, then I went to red. Now, when I said big, you could have seen anything. You might not have seen anything at all, because the word big is insignificant by itself. So when I said big red, you still might have saw nothing, because those two words together, the only thing it remind me of is Wrigley's gum. Anybody see the gum? Anybody see the cinnamon gum sticks they be selling? I seen that gum. I seen it when I said big red. I seen a big red gum. I was like, nah, I don't chew that no more. Then when I said candle, how many people saw a picture of a candle? Now, your big red candle might not be my big red candle. It might not have been Mercury's big red candle either, or Blessing Street Garden's big red candle either. But you might have seen something in the context of something big and something red. So this is to show us that our ability to imagine, it really happens all the time. It's always happening, always happening, always happening, always happening. Except we have to become aware that our thoughts guide our mental picture. Our thoughts guide our mental picture. So if you want to actually see yourself in a new place, talk about how that would feel like. Talk about how that would feel like. I would be super excited to share the word and help people understand how to utilize their subconscious mind. I would be super excited to be on live talking about the subconscious mind. I'd be so excited to get on live and talk about the subconscious mind. That should be so fucking dope. Create a mental picture. You understand? And once I have the mental picture and it's there, it's a lot easier for me to align myself to that. Now, ask yourself, what are some things that I always do? Like, do I always pour some wine right before the meal? Do I always spark this right here right before the meal? Do I always spark it up right before the meal? Because that's allowing you to see the mental pictures that you've created. I might have created a mental picture about pouring wine right before the meal to say, my meals always taste better if I have wine with them. That's a program. And I installed it to myself. So that's the reason why, if y'all come over at 5, we're going to be cracking the bottle open first. You dig what I'm saying? Now, I don't actually drink like that, but that's just an illustration for us. Okay, so Blessing Street Garden said, I saw a bottle of Big Red. Super exciting. Super excited. Super excited for this. Super excited. So yeah, okay, I seen Big Red Tomato. I don't know why I thought of that. Hey, Brown Rose, you eat today? Sheesh, I'm finna find out what to do with this Big Red Tomato you seen. So yes, if we are aware of what just happened, I literally just spoke a couple words. I ain't do nothing. I ain't sprinkle nothing. You know what I'm saying? We're just always tapped in with our frequency of visualization. It's just for us to be at the door to notice that we're always painting a picture. Now, are you painting a picture you like? Because if you're not feeling good, you're not. You know what I'm saying? It tells you. It's like, well, if you were feeling good, it would mean that you have a positive mental image and you have aligned your emotions to it. So I walk around fucking smiling all day. Oops! Because I don't know what else to do, really. I'm just super excited. I be telling folks sometimes, I don't even know why I'm super excited sometimes. I just have a positive mental image. I know what I'm going for. It should look good. Super excited. So yes, that's how we actually place the seeds in our mind. So in the context to, let's say we were in church or those time frames where we are in a building and we're talking about this, when we use our words, we're using our words to help us create a picture so that we can align to the picture. It's not about just the words. It's not, because the words are just little, you know what I'm saying? What's the picture of that? What's the picture of that? What's the picture of that? That's how we talk to each other. We don't really talk with words. We talk with pictures. There's a reason why a woman or a female, or I don't really use the word female, I'll just say a woman will be able to actually say something in a different way, but you know what she's talking about because she's talking in pictures. And that's how I already got to know, like, words is just a second wave. Like, that's why they talk about telekinesis and having invisible conversation, just by having feeling and knowing about the other person and the way in which they behave. It teaches me more about the subconscious mind and knowing that the subconscious minds are all connected. There's a universal subconscious mind. That's the reason why we can have conversations and use words that nobody else uses, like in the ways in which we use them. Like, I'm gonna give y'all this too, because right now I'm just feeling like this is I'm pouring this shit out. So when we talk about words, right, we have to realize that we're using the word to paint the picture, because that's how we talk, that's how we engage, that's how we exchange. Like, your relationship is healthy if y'all know that, because if y'all don't know that, then it's like, I'm expecting to hear a certain word, or like I'm expecting certain people to say certain words, like, oh, I'm conscious. I don't need you to tell me that. I just need to see that. I don't even need you to tell me woke, conscious. I don't need you to tell me nothing. I just look at your life, and I'm not judging you either, but it just tells me, because I just know how to read it. It's just loud. Well, how do you not hear some shit so loud? I'm just like, damn, okay, she's on the time. I see what she's putting out. I see what she's sharing. I see the energy that she's molding herself with. You know what I'm saying? It speaks for itself. So when I speak about words, right, How many of y'all use slang? Anybody use slang? Like that jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, depending on where you live, like, that jump, that. Like, bros be like, that jump. How do you spell that? Jaunt? I don't think it's in the English dictionary, but it's there somewhere because we made it. So why am I explaining this? I'm explaining this because they might create the words, but we really make the words. There's a reason why we walk around and say, hey, y'all brothers need to chill out, man. Y'all brothers need to chill out. What's up, Wasp? Like, y'all brothers need to chill out. But in another context, chill out. Who understands that? It depends on if you have the mental dictionary for the word, the picture. So if I go down to the countryside and I go talk to Mr. Jenkins don't know nothing about no chill. He think chill means, Becky, I need the beers in the fridge. They need to chill. You understand? He think about the word a totally different picture. That's because us as the original beings, we actually make the word. This is the reason why they follow us. They follow what we do. They copy what we do. We the culture. That's why that is there. So when we understand that we create these words and we create the meanings, that's the reason why there's a culture, there's a slang in different places in the world, because the conglomeration of people and the way they communicate is about the way they picture. I don't know if y'all gonna catch all of this. I don't know if y'all gonna catch all of this, but I'm throwing it today. So it's gonna be saved. I might even post a joint on YouTube because it need to be somewhere for all the folks, because they gonna be hitting replay. Super excited. Blessed Street Guys here for it. And I'm happy that you're here. Happy. And I'm happy that you're here. Happy. So yeah, when we start to understand that we actually make the words, you start feeling a little bit less judgmental about people using particular words. Like, I had to stop judging folks because they wasn't growing. Why am I judging? Like, wait, why am I even wasting any mental energy trying to compute someone else's computer? I got a lot of shit to work on. Like, I don't even have the time to look over there. Really. All this shit in my life, all this shit going on. Hold on, let me go ahead and sip this smoothie. Let me do that, because that's what I need to do. That mango is kicking. I'm going to say that. But yeah, so when we start understanding that it's not our business to really look at how someone else use a word, it's really to respect how they use the word so that we can still communicate with them. It's through images. Like, this is the reason why a lot of people are not able to oversee the science and the foundations of certain religions, is because they don't have another word to match that picture. We know that there's an infinite one. We know that there's a highest version of us. But if we don't have a picture that's non-egotistical, then we can only go back to what we know, basically. Because it's like, oh, I'm not going to say it's him. It's not me. How's it not me? How is it not all of us? How is the infinite presence here on the planet and it's not inside of you? I would like to know. How is it not there with you? Now, you think there's some good coming out of me over here? Well, there's some good coming out of you over there. Because I'm good because you good. I'm here because you here. So you tapped in too, basically. Yes. You tapped in too. You can say all the shit I'm saying right now. Now, you might not say it the way I'm saying it, but you can actually reverberate this information too. You can help people come to this awareness too. You can help people come to this insight too. Ain't nothing stopping. What's stopping you? Who? What is stopping anybody in this world besides themselves? What? I really would like to know. Super excited because I know there's nothing. It's just us. It's just you. So, to wrap this up, right? We want to create but we want to go through the picture real quick that we made for this. Learn the mental landscape. When I say the mental landscape, I'm really talking about the relationship of our mind and how we're able to create. Now, if you are observing other things, it's a lot easier to see. But then when you're observing yourself and the way in which your thoughts work, that's what this live is all about. This live was all about assisting someone in actually being able to understand how the thoughts work within themselves. So now, outside of the self, you can just see a female and a male. both beings of God, both divine essence, both living human beings. One of them in the feminine polarity, one of them in the masculine polarity. They the same but different. You dig what I'm saying? And as you observe the two, how do they create? One injects itself into the other. All right? That's how they create. The male injects himself into the female. That's how they create. In the same exact way with the conscious thoughts and the subconscious. The conscious, the masculine aspect, imports itself into the feminine aspect. Now, you don't just put the seed in there and leave. You got to nurture the seed, especially when you're working with your own thoughts. So you have to remind yourself of the thing that you set your intention on. This is how it works, like this. You just got to keep revisiting it. Maybe once a day, once a night, twice a day, every other day. Depends on your type of time. And as you do that, what ends up happening is you start to notice that what you sowed a seed about is starting to germinate. And when you see that little seedling come up like that, that just means that what you instilled inside yourself is starting to blossom, is starting to grow. So if somebody say, I'm gonna start my own business. I'm gonna start my own business. I'm gonna start my own business. That's the day it started right there. I mean, it probably started already in the mental thoughts, because that's the first time you have something, is when you have it in mind. I'll say that again for y'all. The first time you have something is when you have it in mind. Now, you just have to stop letting go of your shit, and you can actually get it. Because if you don't hold on to it long enough, then it's not going to germinate long enough, then it's not going to sprout, then it's not going to grow. Then it's like, oh, you could create. You just got to be consistent with it, because it's you. It's you and your soil. It's you and your garden. It's you and how much you water your plants. Really. Now, if you need some plants, buy some plants. This shit is easy. Like, if you buy some plants and tell yourself, oh, I'm going to remember to water this plant, it's like you buy these plants, you write your intention on the plant. Not to call the plant the intention, but it's a reminder. It's like a, you know what I'm saying? This is how you work your mind. Depends on how your mind works. Some people, they need to go to a physical building in order to get the message across. Some people, they just need to write this shit down in their journal. Some people, they just need to burn a candle. Some people, it just need to hold this crystal and say a couple things. It depends on your way of interpreting. Everybody different. So I like to learn all the ways because I'm super excited about them. I like to have fun, so I feel like it's fun to learn the different ways of talking to the subconscious mind. That's what we're doing all day anyway. You open up the television, trying to talk to your subconscious mind. You watch a commercial, trying to talk to your subconscious mind. You, what else? Everybody trying to put their seed inside you. Excuse me, but that's what it is. So when you going out here, put a filter on this bitch right here. Put a filter at this door. Put a filter at this door. Because ain't nobody sees supposed to just be going everywhere on your body and things. You're not supposed to just, oh, I was just thinking about the 2 for $6. You know what I'm saying? That's garbage. You don't need that. But they put it in your mind, though, and you might not have intended to it, but it was being intended to. So now you have a desire. I got to go buy this 2 for $6. Oh, the new iPhone. Oh, I got to go. This is how it works. This is how it works. They sell the idea into your mind, and you take care of it. Not you per se, but that's how, you know what I'm saying, that's how the picture is. So when it comes to like other people's information, or in the context like the news, media, television, we want to know that. Like, we need to know that. They are trying to place ideas in our mind so that we facilitate it. This is the reason why they'll say, oh, all we got to do is put drugs and guns on the corner and they'll kill each other. Because all they do is implant and they allow for someone else to nurture. So we have to stop nurturing their ideas. That's what we got to stop doing. Why the fuck we sharing that shit? So people can know. For what? I got some shit people can know. Y'all want to share it? Because they could really know some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about what the world talking about. Fuck the world. Excuse me, I say what I feel like. And I have to say it like that because the world is a construct of ways of thinking that's placed around us. We cannot actually assess certain parts of ourselves because of the world. So I say fuck the world. Excuse me. Like, I'm going to still go out there and I'm going to have to swipe my card to get this. But fuck them, because I need to remember that this is the real world. What I already put in here is what I be showing out here. This is the reason why I'm live right now, because I put that shit in there yesterday. I was like, I'm going live. And I'm talking about the landscape of the mind. And I want people to understand this because I need them to know. I don't want to have people walking around being unconsciously programmed and they nurturing the programs too. It's like, oh, I was given this by the corporation, so I'm going to hold on to it. Why? Is it nurturing you? Is it strengthening you? Is it edifying you? Well, I'll let it go quickly, because if it ain't doing those things, I don't know what it's doing. And I don't even want to know no more. But just get the shit out of here. Straight up. They teach people how to be consumers and not producers. Why don't they teach both? Because they want to be the only producer. It's called a mind swap. They make you think about something else while they really focusing on the real thing. And they tell you the real thing is something different. Now you focus over here, and then you come back and realize it's the real thing the whole time. You ain't even done nothing about it. You ain't done nothing for yourself, nothing for the people around you. Ain't invested in yourself. So I'm not going to have people walking around like that. Fuck that. Because then they'll be like, I wasn't here. Or I'm here. So y'all going to know. Because I'm going to let you know. So when we talk about the mental landscape, it's really bringing in an understanding of how our mind works in context to conception. Conception. I'm just going to say it's sex. Conception is sex. That's what that is. But this mental conception is a little bit different than that. Even though it's really the same. Masculine, feminine, put the masculine and the feminine, nurture it. Keep nurturing it. Keep nurturing it. Then it turns into something. Then it's like I'm creating. I'm making shit. I'm a manifester. This is what it looks like. That's what it is. So I manifested this place. I'm going to go ahead and say this too because I'm already here. I manifested this place because I was at a stage I wanted to grow some more. And I done told the infinite space that I needed a space. So I was actually painting this picture of a space. And I was like, yeah, I don't mind spending XYZ on the space. And then I found a space, right? And it was just a space. Like, just a space. Y'all ever live in a studio? I don't know how people live in a studio. I run businesses. I'm not going to be able to package some shit, print some shit over there, and have a bed over here. I'm not going to be able to do that. So I went back in there. I was like, Infinite Source, this is what I meant. I had to get specific with my seed. Because I was getting exactly what I put in. Except I had to get specific. So then I got something different. And I got this. Super excited. Super excited. So I'm making this shit right now. Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live. I'm gonna tell the world how to live. I'm gonna show the world how to live. Now, if I'm not living right, somebody correct me. Thank you. Because I'm trying to learn too. Super excited. So yeah, family, I appreciate y'all for tapping into this live stream. This shit was fun. And I know that. I know y'all know that too because I was laughing the whole time. Let me switch this beats up real quick because we done finished the visualization. But yeah, so, you know, learning these things, it's not really just about hearing it. It's really about what you're going to do now. Now, you might not tell me now, but I hope you take this information and use it to do something. Because I don't like to get on here just to be talking. I don't like that. I like to get on here to be giving and giving something that's good that somebody could use now. Damn, they could have used it yesterday. They knew yesterday. But they didn't know yesterday, so they know now, so they get going now. That's what I'm talking about. I like people that had an opportunity to fashion and mold their own reality. Who else gonna do it? I promise you're not gonna like it as much as somebody else do it. Now, if you anything unique, you might want to do it yourself. I'm just saying, because getting what someone else was served might not serve you. It might not. So I don't want you to walk around hoping, wishing, wondering, waiting. I want you to be in there busy, working with your own mind. Super excited. Super excited. I be riding this shit like it's a wave, you dig? So yeah, family, appreciate y'all again. Blessing Street Gardens. We gonna tap in soon. Lizzie. What's up, Lizzie? Yeah, I appreciate you, Lizzie. R3999I3. I appreciate you, bro. Leaving inspired. Came in inspired, leaving inspired. I like that. Hey, bring that heat. Bring that heat. Yeah. Bring that heat. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna dance on this bitch like it's nobody else's business because it ain't. I'm super excited. But yeah, so I appreciate y'all, man. Let me know in the DMs if y'all took anything from this. Y'all can send me a voice note. I'll rock with it. But yeah, so I just want to start illustrating. And this is the first illustration. We want to talk more about the mind and understand the mental landscape. Should I run through it one more time for everybody? Should I run through it one more time? If I get a 1, I'll run through it one more time. But if not, finna be done. I see with the salad one. Finna make me a salad. Finna make me a salad. Let me know. Drop a 1 in the comments right quick. I'll run through this one more time and give us another grand observation of how it works. Because how it works is very important, especially if you want to work it. Especially if you want to work it. Especially if you want to work it. Especially Especially when at work. And we saw prosperity. So super excited. Everybody who tapped in with this live, y'all walking away with prosperity. Y'all walking away with inspiration. Y'all walking away with power. Y'all walking away with clarity. Y'all walking away with love. Y'all walking away with bliss. Y'all walking away with a sound mind. Okay, Blessing Street Gardens hit a 1. All right, Joe Carmel hit a 1. So we getting into it. So I'm gonna run through this one last time, and I'm gonna talk to you guys on the next one. So the mental landscape is understanding the bond and the relationship between the two aspects of our mind, the masculine aspect and the feminine aspect. When it comes to the words that are used to explain those two aspects, a lot of times we run with conscious mind, masculine, subconscious mind, feminine. In the illustration today, I utilized other observations to create that same balance, that same relationship. So this pad was reflecting the feminine aspect of our mind, the subconscious, and this pen reflect the masculine aspect of our mind. It's the conscious mind. All right. So what happens is, as we engage in life, we hear, we see, and these two forms of interpreting vibration are shown up as thoughts. We hear a word, we hear a symbol, we hear a sound, we hear a bird, we hear the word help. Whatever we heard is coming through thoughts. So those thoughts are inscribed on our subconscious mind all day long, all day long. And when you're sleeping too, yes, sleeping. Even when you sleep, because while you sleep, you still absorb. Now, I use that time to listen to the affirmations I created for myself. But let's continue. So with that relationship happening all the time, it's our responsibility to come to the awareness that that is happening. And because we know that that is happening, we can actually add what we want in our hearts by utilizing our own thoughts. Because nobody else is going to do it for you. Now, if they do it for you, they're going to be doing it for you for them. Because that's how programming people works. You program people to behave how you want them to. That's why the news is heavily invested in marketing dollars. That's why the media is heavily invested in marketing dollars. Because now they be able to illustrate this message onto your subconscious mind. You yourself are going to take care of the seed. So if this was a female and this was a male and they went in together, this would be called conception. And this conception happens all day, all night, all the time. It's your mental conception. So what have you conceived mentally is coming based on what you've been hearing and what you've been seeing. So if you want to have your own baby mentally, you want to have your own manifestation using your mental powers, you actually have to allow yourself to find a thought, inscribe it into yourself, writing, affirmations, journaling. There's so many ways of doing that. Just speaking about it. A man is what he becomes. A man becomes what he thinks about all day long. Think about it. Talk about it. And now the most important part of this is not just to write it down, but it's to feel about it. So once you do know exactly what you want to put inside of yourself and what you want to see come out of yourself, it's about putting the emotional attention to it and knowing that it is already. How do you know that it is already? Because when you ask for something, you are saying, I would like to be prosperous. So that's what you talk to yourself about. You pray or write or journal or however that you would like to be prosperous, and you nurture that, meaning every day, every other day, every other hour, however you feel certain. And your consistency is what actually builds that emotional energy. So you feel about it. Well, what would it feel like to be prosperous? Man, to be prosperous? Man, if I was prosperous, I'll make sure people know their mind, bro. Because they could create their own stuff. I don't have to give them stuff. I don't just need stuff. Oh, let me get the knowledge. Because I can get anything in the world. Oh, yes. So I will give that away. Oh, and then I'll make sure I build schools so people can learn about this. So that they can actually manifest and create more. Oh, my goodness. So that's me nurturing what I place in myself. And as I continue to nurture it, it continues to grow. Now, that's the mental landscape. Now, I use a little illustration about the sister and the brother. The mental conception. Right? But this also happens when we go outside. You want to garden? You're working with the mind. Because you take a seed, you take a soil, a place that it goes, and you put the seed in the soil, and it grows. And it grows. Yes. So that's how it works, family. It works just like that. And to make it work how you need it to is to feel about it. To feel about it. So if you have emotions that are old emotions, you feel certain ways about certain people, certain things, you might not have all the emotional power to feel about this. So you have to go over there in your mind and start letting go of those things. It's called forgiveness. The reason why you're able to manifest easier when you're light is because you can't get far carrying burdens. So we gotta let some shit go. Big ass bricks. I mean, that's what nature does. Nature got an apple tree. The apple's too heavy, let them go. Drop them right to the ground. That's how we gotta treat situations and circumstances. When it's too heavy, we just gotta let it go. And in the process, now you have more energy to carry the vibration of the thing in which you're picturing. So that's how it works. That's how it works. That's how it works. That's how it works. Super excited. Super excited. I'm super excited right now. Super excited. Now I don't get this excited all the time. Now I've been getting this excited. So I'm used to this super excitedness. And I thank y'all for tapping in and also for sharing your vibes with me. Great time to be alive. Great time to be alive. What a time to be alive. This is the best time. The best time. So with that being said, y'all, I appreciate y'all. That's the wrap up. That's the mental landscape. That's the picture. Then jamming and moving. I feel that. I feel that. Peace, peace, peace. I'm going to talk to you soon. Blessings, Street Guardians. Enjoy the rest of your day. Appreciate you so much. Thanks for tapping in. All right. Hey, kiss, Quan. I appreciate you. Joe Carmel, appreciate you. The Real Model, appreciate you. Lizzie is Chef. All right, I'm gonna get better with this pronunciation, y'all. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna say this live, and I'm gonna talk to y'all later on in the type of times we on. Okay. Now, before I go, I did post a video earlier today about programming, and I go into some of my own personal programs. Now, this is helpful because when we understand that our hearts cannot be programmed, but our minds can, this allows us to understand what the mind's been drinking, or what the mind's been feasting on. So with that understanding, we're able to actually observe ourselves and know how to best direct ourselves from where we are today. So check that video out. It's on IGTV. And with that being said, I'm going to talk to y'all soon. Appreciate y'all one more time. And until next time, smile like that. Like that. How you doing it right there? Yeah. Like that? Yeah. Like that? Yeah, do it like that. Talk to y'all.